Michael, what's on the audio agenda today?
Today we're comparing toppings DACs, the DX9 Discrete and the D900.
So it's a DAC comparison. Master, you'd like to hear a comparison of the DX9 Discrete and the D900, right?
Yes, I want to hear it.
Was there a difference in sound between the two?
Since they're from the same manufacturer and both are discrete DACs, the sound was similar.
I see. What equipment did you use?
The music source was Qobuz, the network streamer was the LinkPlay WM Ultra, the amplifier was the SM Cell PA400, and the speakers were the B&W 805D4.
What are the prices of the two units?
The DX9 Discrete is $1,299 and the D900 is $1,799.
Even though they're from the same manufacturer, the price difference is small. What's the difference between the two?
Let's compare them while looking at the spec sheets. The main difference between the two is the presence of a headphone amplifier. The DX9 Discrete has a headphone amplifier, but the D900 does not. Since both models have volume control, the DX9 Discrete can be considered an integrated preamp. Both models use the same in-house developed PSRM architecture for the DAC.
We talked about PSRM last time, didn't we?
The signal-to-noise ratio is 130 dB for the DX9 Discrete and 131 dB for the D900, while THD plus N is 0.00006% for the DX9 Discrete and 0.00055% for the D900. They are virtually identical. Both models boast exceptionally high-quality audio performance, approaching the limits of measurement. Both units feature USB-B, Bluetooth, 2 optical inputs, 2 coaxial inputs, AS, and I2S for digital input. Additionally, the D900 is the only one equipped with USB-C.
What kinds of devices can be connected via USB-C?
Smartphones, tablets, computers, and portable digital audio players, among others. While USB-B ports, commonly used in printers and similar devices, were the standard for traditional audio equipment, the biggest advantage of USB-C is that it allows you to easily connect the latest smartphones and laptops without needing an adapter. There's a major difference in the output terminals between the two models. The DX9 Discrete has both XLR and RCA outputs, but the D900 only has XLR outputs. If the downstream device doesn't have an XLR input, you won't be able to use the D900.
Isn't it rare to find a device without RCA outputs?
That's true. By limiting the D900 to XLR output, we can eliminate the components required for RCA output. As a result, you could say the D900 is a product that's more focused on sound quality. As I mentioned earlier, the headphone jacks are exclusive to the DX9 Discrete. It comes equipped with 3 types, 6.35mm for 0.4mm balanced and 4-pin XLR. In other words, the D900 is a DAC specifically designed for desktop audio systems.
The design of the D900 is refreshingly clean and simple.
That's true. The DA conversion section, the heart of the DAC, is identical in both models. I suppose they want people who need multiple outputs or use headphones to choose the DX9 Discrete, while those who don't need those features should go with the D900.
That's a strategy made possible because both models are in a similar price range.
Exactly. Both feature 2-inch LCD displays, but the DX9 Discrete has 2, one on each side, while the D900 has just 1. I suppose they wanted the DX9 Discrete to have a symmetrical design. In terms of size, the DX9 Discrete measures 340 by 225 by 60 millimeters, and the D900 measures 330 by 210 by 57 millimeters, so they're almost identical. The DX9 Discrete looks smaller because its sides are rounded, but in reality, the DX9 Discrete is slightly larger. The DX9 Discrete weighs 2.75 kilograms and the D900 weighs 2.52 kilograms, so they're almost the same. Both units come with the same remote control.
There are a lot of similarities between the two.
However, they look completely different. The DX9 Discrete features a see-through panel on the top that lets you glimpse the intricate discrete circuitry inside, while the D900 has a standard audio equipment design. The DX9 Discrete, with its interior illuminated in orange, has a particularly unconventional design. To be honest, I think opinions on this will be divided.
What do you think of the DX9 Discrete design, Michael?
At first, I thought it was novel and cool, but I worry that using it long-term might get tiresome because it's too flashy. The D900's more subdued design might be preferred.
Why is the D900 more expensive than the DX9 Discrete even though it has fewer features?
It's true that you might find it strange that the D900, which has fewer features despite sharing the same DA conversion circuitry, is actually more expensive. Of course, there's a reason for that. The biggest difference between the two models lies in the cost, scale, and sheer dedication to purity invested in the DAC circuitry itself. Specifically, the following 3 points directly account for the price difference. First, the scale of the discrete DAC is twice as large. Both models feature our proprietary PSRM, but the scale of the circuitry actually differs. The DX9 Discrete has 16 elements, 16 modules per channel, while the D900 has 32 elements, 32 modules per channel. With off-the-shelf DAC chips from manufacturers like ESS or AKM, you simply mount the chip. However, a discrete DAC is built by arranging numerous electronic components on the circuit board. The D900 has a circuit scale that is twice that of the DX9 Discrete, and significant costs are incurred in selecting components with high precision and securing sufficient PCB area. Second, power supply and noise countermeasures dedicated exclusively to the DAC. The headphone amplifier built into the DX9 Discrete is extremely powerful, but it also consumes a large amount of power and can be a source of heat and noise. By deliberately omitting the headphone amplifier, the D900 dedicates all of its limited internal space and powerful power supply exclusively to converting digital signals to analog. This prevents minute signals from being buried in noise, achieving extreme silence. Third, thoroughly dedicated design of the analog stage, including IV conversion. The IV conversion circuit, which processes the signal immediately after it is converted by the DAC, is also a newly designed circuit in the D900 that makes liberal use of ultra-low noise, dedicated discrete components. Because we've streamlined the features, we haven't compromised on the quality of the parts in the audio signal path, the analog output stage.
I see. So the D900 aims to be the ultimate DAC by streamlining its features.
Exactly. That's why choosing between the DX9 Discrete and the D900 comes down to whether you prioritize features or extreme performance. The DX9 Discrete is a versatile, high-value-for-money unit. Buy this one, and you can enjoy high-quality sound from all your high-end headphones and speakers. On the other hand, since we offer the A900 as a standalone, powerful headphone amplifier, the D900 is a product designed to reach the absolute pinnacle of performance as a DAC.
I see. Now I understand why there are products from the same manufacturer with such a small price difference. How different do the two actually sound?
Since they use the same DA conversion method, the tonal character is the same. The sound is clearly different from products equipped with ESS or AKM DAC chips. It's high resolution, yet the sound has a certain warmth to it. It's a very pleasant sound. However, based on my listening tests with my own equipment, I could hardly tell the difference between the two.
Even though the D900 is specifically designed to drive speakers with higher sound quality?
That's right. I also thought the D900, with its more focused features, should sound better, but I couldn't tell a clear difference. Both sound absolutely fantastic.
In that case, isn't the cheaper DX9 Discrete the better choice?
Considering the price, you're right, but I'd still choose the D900.
Why?
I don't use headphones, and I'm drawn to the D900's philosophy of being specialized for stereo playback. Even if the difference in sound is subtle, I think the D900, which aims to be the ideal DAC, is the better choice.
I see. You have high standards.
That said, if you want to keep the price down, I think the DX9 Discrete is a perfectly fine choice.
For me, the cheaper the better, so I go with the DX9 Discrete. Master, wasn't today's comparison of toppings DACs, the DX9 Discrete and the D900, interesting?
Yes, yes, interesting, interesting.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.